Welcome to GameBreakers. We are playing a Dungeons & Dragons pirate game. My name is Allison, and I've got 3 players today. Say your names all at once.
Thomas.
Cedric.
Cedric, Thomas, and David. And we are playing pirates. It's a little bit of a modified Pathfinder adventure that I enjoyed, but we're playing 5th edition, so it'll be a little different. And we start our adventure, where else? In a tavern. It's in a city called Port Peril in the Shackles, a well-known pirate zone. The 3 of you find yourself in the tavern. Perhaps you could describe your characters one by one and what brings you to Port Peril? As you enter the tavern, the dusty moat.
Okay. I guess I can start. So the first thing that you might notice about Key is that they are a bird person. They dress in pretty loose clothing, with a little bit of finery, in a way of just like a little bit of jewelry, rings, and they are very likely telling a tall tale to some group of people in a corner about their exploits.
And what was your character's name again?
Key.
Key.
Yeah.
Gotcha. How about you, Thomas? What's your character's doing in the tavern?
Korrim Bolthorn takes up a lot of space. Not just his mass and bulk, not just the area of foul mood around him, but his horns are crooked and pointed in different directions in such a way that it looks like he's in the middle of being struck by a bolt of lightning. From his horns hang little talismans and bones and things, just clanking and tinkling. He's like a traveling wind chime. He is dressed in simple hides, a lot of oiled leather and canvas. I imagine he is probably in the middle of a fight.
And he's a minotaur, correct? Korrim Bolthorn?
Yes, those kind of horns. Big cow face. The obvious ring in the septum piercing. Great shaggy dreadlocky beard and mane. Just knotted in with shells and beads.
Nice. How about you, David?
My character's name is Gideon. If he's in the tavern, he probably did his best so that no one saw him come in. Probably entered behind someone larger and immediately slinked off to some dark corner. He's a Aasimar, but where Aasimars are typically, strikingly, brightly beautiful, there's something has happened to him. He's white paper pale, sunken features, rail thin, impossibly skinny. Formerly golden hair, now looks like sun-bleached wheat. He's got black around his eyes that from far away probably looks like makeup, but it's actually charred. It's actually burn marks. And gray chapped lips with a similar kind of burn look to them. Peasant clothing, dark peasant clothing, and a pointed wide brim peasant hat that he keeps down. Very turned in, very to himself. Like I said, immediately goes to a corner. And if you're paying attention, you think he's talking to himself. He's actually talking to a rat in his pocket.
So that means he's not crazy.
Well,
Well,
All right. Well, the night the tavern is busy, and there's many people. There's definitely fights aplenty for Korrim Bolthorn, and as the night gets later, someone comes in with a hefty prize and says, "Drinks on the round of drinks for the house," and everybody cheers. And booze is poured aplenty from the tap at the bar, and you are all passed at least one, maybe two, if you have two open hands.
oh, absolutely. I would drop whatever I was holding for that second one.
and as you drink it, you feel it's definitely booze, but it has a spicy flavor to it. That you can't quite place.
Tastes like press gang.
And that is about the last thing that you remember as everything fades to black.
Oh boy.
the things I do to fit in.
Not my first time.
Right. So you come to in a darkened room, and it doesn't feel like land anymore. It's you notice that you are not alone down here. There are several people some of them are coming to, some of them are still asleep, some of them look like they've been awake for a little bit. They're in sitting in hammocks or laying down in them. And you have a few moments. You notice that your equipment is gone.
Is my rat gone?
What's that?
Is my rat gone?
Your rat is not gone. Your rat is with you.
Well, I guess that was to expect. To have been left with my things.
Yeah, they never do that.
Yeah, it's really impolite.
First press ganging.
Yes.
Well, I mean, no, I've definitely done this before. This is completely and totally normal. Just a normal Tuesday. Is Tuesday, right?
And I can't think of a reason not to believe you. 1 minute, and I will pop into a snake and escape my bonds, and then back into Minotaur. Shank.
Well, you're not in. Excuse me, the camera's shaking here. You're not in bonds. It's you're just without your equipment.
We're just in a hole somewhere.
You were chained.
No.
Amateurs. All right. Well, never mind.
You've been in this situation before?
More or less. I mean,
are we meant to be labor or food?
well, if you're any good on a ship, labor. Depends on the pirates that got us. Do I smell Sawagan or some other predatory monster race?
And as you say that, the door, the hatch opens, and a little bit of light pours in, and in it you see a hardened pirate and several others behind him. Still abed with the sun over the darm. On your feet, you filthy swabs. Get on the deck and report for duty before the captain flays your flesh into sausage skins and has fish guts fry you up for breakfast.
Well, you could have just said please, and I would have been on it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need to get used to not that. Let's go, folks.
Yeah, he snaps a whip. I don't want any back talk.
I sneer at him. All right. Yeah, I'll get up, I guess. Asshole.
I'm already doing what I'm told before he even finishes his sentence.
Right. I'll facilitate, help folks. Like get them up, put them in front of the door.
All right, so you are taken from the lower hold up onto the main deck, which, through the magic of map tools, should be able to take you to.
There we go.
Yay! Yes. So you and the others that were rounded up with you down below are brought up to the main deck before who's a human, or I'm sorry, not a human, a half-elf in a white silk shirt and a long coat. And he's clearly the captain. He's on the upper deck currently as you're being brought up. And there's other pirates gathered around, clearly waiting for you to be initiated into what comes next. And the fellow who brought you up, hi, I'm Master Scourge, and I'm the first, excuse me, and I'm the first person you've seen on this ship, and I'll probably be the last. Here comes the captain.
Effective. So you're not the last person that we'll see on this ship.
And the captain walks down. Aha! New men and others, I am excited to see you. And
I'm
have you
glad,
on this adventure with me.
So inclusive.
And he is just so you see he gets closer. He's a half elf, very handsome and very bright-eyed. He's tall for a half elf and dressed very finely, and not a lot of armor on. As he addresses you, we are here to sail the high seas, and I know that you may not have chosen to be here today, but there is adventure waiting for us, and we will show no mercy. Well, we do show mercy to orphans. We take pity on orphans. Do you seem alone? And there's a cage that's hung up high, and it says, and it has what used to be a man in it, and he's rotted away. He did not take mercy upon orphans, so I did not take mercy upon him. So keep that in mind.
Just a quick question. By Shanghaiing all of us, don't you think you're leaving a few orphans behind now? Like, you pity them. How much do you pity them?
I don't understand what you're asking. But if you stay on this ship, you can get a share of the plunder and a share of the glory. For pirating, I don't think much of our profession, but contrasted with respectability, it is comparatively honest. So, I will hope you join me willingly, and if not, well, that's what Master Scourge is for. And I don't speak much with the crewmates, for see, I am hard of hearing. And you do notice that this half-elf does seem to be speaking louder than normal.
We thought it was his stage voice, but it's
It's just actually how it...
Got close to too many cannons.
yeah, the struggle is real. That's
I will leave you in the capable hands of my first mate, Mr. Plug. And he retires in beyond a door. And on the map, it's where one of the gaps is on the north part of the map. I guess I should learn better ship words. Yeah. If I'm gonna run a pirate game.
The bow?
Yeah, the bow. Thank you.
It's your game. You make up your own words.
Yeah.
The
right.
ship
There's no
shamble.
reason a fantasy ocean should use the same sort of ridiculous nonsense words our sailors made up.
The face. Right. Ship face. Ship nose.
Leftward.
Leftward.
All right, and so as he retires, Mr. Plug, who is a a human with a long black coat, braided, black braided beard, and balding with a black ponytail. Glad you could join us at last. Welcome to the Wormwood, this fair ship. My thanks for volunteering to join the crew. I'm Mr. Plug, not that you'll need to address me. I don't prefer to talk to the lower shipmates. One more thing, even with you new recruits, we're still short-handed. And I aim to keep what crew we have. There'll be a keel hauling for anyone caught killing anyone. If you'd be so kind as to make pirates out of these landlubbers, Mr. Scourge, it'll save me having to put them in the sweat box for a year and a day before I make pies out of them. And Mr. Plug walks up into the upper deck.
They're establishing a pecking order, guys. You see how this works, right? You see the
I like the not killing part.
Yeah, I'm into that.
That was comforting.
Well, I mean, you do realize that he gets a pass on that. Yeah, I mean that he doesn't. It's the whole kidnapping and pressing in the stores. That's all fine and dandy. I just wish they wouldn't pretend that we want to be here. Like nobody believes that. One ship's as good as another for me. I'm happy enough on this one.
I had a ship.
Well,
one of your fellow crew members raised his hand. I volunteered.
Yeah, see? Okay.
I don't really have to be anywhere.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I mean, I'm here. I prefer this to the ocean. So
Master Scourge has been evaluating the new recruits up and down the line, and like, well, before we assign you to tasks, we need to know what you're good at. So the first thing I need everybody here to do is to climb this rigging, and climb it fast. And then, so he's telling you to climb up the rope to the top of the mast, and it's 60 feet.
Okay, I fly up and I just give him a shit-eating grin, just like
Well,
I have a strength of 8, but I look like I have a strength of 4. Okay.
Can you
I just look at the thing and look at him and just like, do I really have to embarrass myself here?
What does the what does the Minotaur do?
I'm gonna accidentally hook his robe with my horns and just climb us both up.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a robe.
Sorry. Oh, well, I mean, what are you dressed in? I only
just peasant clothes, shirt and pants.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just like back of the.
I kind of look like a pilgrim.
I imagine you're like 30 pounds. That's
wet.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a 26 on my climb, assuming it's athletics.
Yes. So what's your speed?
Climb is just I don't have a climbing speed. I just have half speed. As usual, I would double move it, so a total of 30.
30.
Halfway.
All right. Make one more save.
Not as good.
What was it?
That's a 13.
Well, that does it. That is enough. So you managed to make it another 30. And being the fastest climber, well, He wasn't expecting an Aarakocra. Usually he picks whoever gets there to the top the fastest. But I don't know how good flying's gonna do in a windstorm. How are you?
I know how to sail.
Flying under duress.
I'm probably fine. I'm a sailor by trade, so I don't have to fly. You just told me to get up to the top.
All right. Well, you then are our rigger. That is your job. Next, we need to find who's going to help the cook. He looks at you two, the other two, Korrim and Gideon. Do either of you know how to cook?
Nope.
I make my own food.
You know how to.
As I say this, a rat peeks out of my collar.
He's initially interested, and then
The rat has a green tinge to it, like it's mostly black, but like when the light hits it, there's a shimmer of green.
That's not healthy.
Well, given
I just eat things raw.
I kind of half raise my hand, like question.
He's like, well, you'll do.
No, and I have a question.
Yeah.
Does the ship need a medic?
No.
All right.
Not on my list. Not on my list from the captain and the first mate. No.
So I'm food helper?
Yep, you're going to be helping fish guts in the kitchen.
That's a name?
Well, it's not his proper name. His proper name's Ambrose.
It's an individual.
Yeah.
Understood. Do I go there now?
Nope. Hold on.
Aye.
All the rest of you are swabs, and you're with me. And that includes you, Thomas.
All right.
Or I should call you by your character name, Korrim.
He's still gonna be head swab.
Head swab. All right. So while on the ship during the day, you have work that can be the work that you have to do, and then you can also take an action. But as the crew starts to disperse, and Master Scourge is starting to get on people, the three of you are approached by a human in white. Dang it! I keep hitting this camera. You guys are approached by a woman in a white cloak, and she beckons you over to a corner where people aren't paying as much attention. Do you go over?
Yeah.
I'll mop my way over that way.
And let's see. Anyone want to make a memory check?
How would I do that? What would that?
Intelligence?
Yeah, we'll do intelligence.
Cool. Better intelligence than wisdom. Also still not great.
There's 17 total here.
That's an 8.
5.
I'm the only one with an intelligence bonus? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't have to be smart to be fun.
I had to put that 10 somewhere.
Right. So 17, that was Korrim?
Yeah.
So, Korrim, you remember from seeing this woman before at the tavern last night. She was telling tales about her god. You weren't really listening, but you got some of that vibe off it. They sounded like regaling tales. And as you come over, she beckons you and says, "Hello. I know that you don't know me, but I remember seeing you guys at the tavern last night, and I know that I know that we're all in this together, and I've been stuck on a pirate ship before. I know that it's important to make friends, and you seemed like good people to make friends." And so she pulls her cloak back, and she has 3 items, and I will let you choose which of the uncommon items she has recovered for you.
Of the ones that we talked about.
Of the 2 that you guys picked to start out with.
Okay.
Hey, you found my glove.
Well, my hat is still my hat.
I guess I'll get my eagle eye thing.
Okay.
So neat. I don't know where you found this, but I appreciate it.
Well,
Detect magic. I want to see if she's holding out.
she has a couple other items on her, but it doesn't look familiar. If
Okay.
you know what I mean.
When we got Shanghai, did they take my hat? Because that was one of the items I requested.
The hat of disguise. What does it look like? Does it look like an ordinary hat?
It looks like the hat I described.
Mm-hmm.
Tipper.
Yeah, they would have taken that too. They weren't very discriminating.
Okay.
And Sindar's my name is Sindar. I'm a cleric of Bismara. So I'm from. She's the pirate, the pirate queen god. So, I'm not so unused to this situation. But I've never been Pressganged before. It's unnerving.
Hey.
But I recovered these items from Cutthroat Grok. It's the quartermaster here.
Got it.
Yeah, I bluffed and said that he would be cursed if he didn't give these items to me, that the pirate queen herself would curse him. And I was able to get these items of yours as well for that reason. I couldn't get all of it, unfortunately, but it's down there.
Thanks.
I take my brew.
Any of I point to the rest of the crew that got press ganged. Any of the rest of these mooks got anything good?
I couldn't say.
Oh, you didn't find. Okay, well.
I recognized you 3 and some of the items you were carrying last night.
Well, that's convenient.
We're distinctive people. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fair enough.
And a dim Azamar and a Minotaur. Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to. It seems like it wouldn't be a bad idea to have some friends on this boat. Everybody else seems like a jerk. So, yeah, cool. Thank you.
All right, let me pull up the daily tasks. And then and there's some other things that you can do on the ship during the day. If you want to, let's get to the right page. All right, so the rigger, that being...
Be me.
They ask you to, or ask is probably not the right word, they tell you to go tidy up the ship's ropes, coiling them and stowing them and putting them, securing them to cleats and single and double bollards, and requires a DC, requires a Profession Sailor check or a Dexterity check.
Cool. I am a sailor.
That's not a stat anymore.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, Profession Sailor. That's old, so it's a Dex check.
Okay. And that would be with no proficiency bonus because it's a check and not a save, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a D20 plus 4. That's not great. I'm just off my game, you know? People are normally a lot more polite about their requests. Maybe if they were nicer,
might help that, like athletics or acrobatics or I don't know.
Yeah,
What's
or
that?
being a sailor by trade.
I was just wondering if there was a skill
proficiency
proficiency that might help.
I have proficiency
Right.
with aquatic vehicles, if that would be a thing. I mean, that would only add an extra 3, so that would make it 11, which is still not excellent.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, since Profession Sailor's not a thing, Dexterity.
Water vehicles, basically what replaced that in 5th, right?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't know what. I guess the only other thing I would think of would be like if I were at the helm. So,
Yeah.
Because the tool proficiencies are kind of what swapped out for the profession everything, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
That in the background.
So I would allow that if that's.
Cool. Then that's
And that would
11.
be. That's okay. Yeah, that makes it. You successfully do the upper rigging work, or I'm sorry, the rope work.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then for the swab, you get to swab the decks. Can you give me a strength check? I have the feeling that's your bailiwick.
It is. That's gonna be with my gauntlets now. Strength check. It's gonna be a 19.
Oh yeah, you swab those decks. Those decks.
18. Sorry, 18.
They're swabbed hard.
Swap the crap out of them.
Oh yeah.
All right, and Gideon, as you go to the upper deck below, where into the cook's quarters. So Fish Guts is big fat Fish Guts. Ambrose Croup. It's the kitchen's quite a mess, but Croup beckons you down. I see. I've been given some help, and let's see.
Yes, sir.
Is and definitely smells of alcohol, but does not currently seem to be drunk.
Human or what?
Human, yeah.
Okay.
All right, and so since Fish Guts is not drunk, he actually puts together the meal, and you get to help. Let me see which roll you get here. He sends you to go do a little bit of fishing using the ship's nets.
Okay.
Can you give me a survival check?
18.
That'll do it. You catch plenty of fish. in good waters for it. All right, and then other things that you can do on the ship. There's the quartermaster. There's other parts of the ship that you haven't seen. Everybody can do one daytime action. I could list off the categories if that's helpful.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, you can work diligently and do more if you want. You can attempt to influence other NPCs or other people on the ship. You can sneak around and do explore other parts of the ship. You can go talk to the quartermaster, and that's what's up for daytime actions.
Is there a ship's navigator, the pilot?
Not that you've seen so far.
Okay.
I want to clean the kitchen.
Okay. You can, you can definitely clean the kitchen. Fish Guts appreciates it.
I think I'm gonna hang around the quartermaster and kind of act nonchalant, like I don't want to talk to him, in hopes that he'll start a conversation, so I could be like, "Oh, well, thank you for asking," and then regale him with all of my tales about how rad of a sailor I am. Hopefully, impress him so that maybe he'll kick me down some shit.
As if he had asked.
Right, of course. It's always what it's all about.
Yeah.
Is this one day, or are we talking over a period of time?
This is a single day.
Single day, okay.
And so, Cedric or
Key.
Thank you. I'm looking at my notes here. Key, you go down to the upper deck and talk with Cutthroat Grok, the half-orc quartermaster. He's been drinking. As you approach, he eyes you and is, what do you want today?
Could I have my pointy stick?
What do you mean yours? It's the captain's booty.
Isn't it all of our booty?
No, you gotta earn it. You get your share of the plunder when you help recover it.
I recovered that pointy stick before any of y'all did.
Well, that's not for me. That's not for me to say. Let's see here. If you'd like to make a diplomacy check,
I can definitely do a persuasion. That is a thing that I am good at.
persuasion.
Wow. That is definitely my pointy stick. And it's just a pointy stick anyway. Why would the captain want it? It's like if you just went and picked up a rock off of the beach.
Well, I suppose. I suppose
it would be insulting to the captain if you were like, "Hey, this is your pointy stick that I got you."
Well, okay then. Well, you won't tell anybody.
Oh, absolutely not. My lips are sealed. If I had lips, that is.
I'll drink to that. And has another drink.
Cool. That was my lightning javelin, and I am very pleased to have it back.
That pointy stick. Yep.
Pointy stick. It's just a pointy stick.
How about you, Korrim?
You said there was the option to work harder, influence NPCs. What were the other ones?
You can sneak around and explore other areas, or you can shop. Go to the shop, quartermaster.
I'm going to hang out with Scourge.
All right. I see you swabbed the deck extraordinarily efficiently today.
Well, don't
That's
expect
good for
it
our
every
first
day.
crew day.
Don't get used to it. I was just showing off.
Yeah, I know you probably want extra rations or something, or more rum.
No, I was going to talk to the cook about that. I do a lot of the hunting for myself. That's fine though.
What do you hunt in the sea?
Whatever's around the boat. Barnacles. Easy.
I'm just looking up. I know there's a particular role I'm supposed to have you make to make him friendlier. I'm not finding it.
I guarantee you I'm not good at any of them if they're social.
Some sort of charisma check, I would imagine.
On the upside, I rolled a natural 20.
Well.
So all my social rolls are -1. So a total of 19, but at 20, yay!
I feel like
Scourge.
we've been friends forever.
Scourge softens to you. He's still a hard ass, but he's not whipping the whip at you as quick as he might.
Right, he's begun to get a grudging respect.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I still don't tip my hand really that I'm a druid, except for saying weird stuff sometimes, but I haven't shown what I am.
Right.
Allison, I need to go AFK for like 3 minutes.
Okay. Now might be a good time to take a break. 5 to 10 bio break.
BRB.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
If you like what we do, hit like.
If you like what you see, subscribe. And we're going to take a break. Be right back.